Good morning, RFA, and welcome to Night Network, Quarantine Edition. We will be bringing you news updates and interviews with staff members and students during this closure to keep RFA and student population updated on all events going on at RFA.
We hope you are all staying safe and staying current and checking your Google Classroom regularly. Here's a video of our boys swimming team.
What is your guys' thoughts on how the season went this year?
I think it went pretty successfully. We had our third league title and league meet title in a row. So overall, I think it was a successful season. We did what we wanted to do.
Cool. Stone?
Yeah, it was a pretty good season. Everyone performed well. Everyone improved, I thought. Some records were broken.
Stone broke a record.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Yeah, how's that feel, Stone?
Honestly, it felt surreal. Didn't feel like I actually broke it, but, it was pretty good. Worked hard for it, so it paid off.
Yeah, that's awesome. You did something that actually not a lot of people can do, so no, congrats to both of you on a really successful season.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ashton and Jared, for that.
On Friday, Mr. LeBaron received an email from U.S. News & Report that Rome Free Academy is now ranked 414th out of 2,053 for both public and private schools in New York State. This also ranks us 5,053 out of 24,000 public schools across the country. Good job, RFA.
There are several categories such as graduation rate, enrollment, AP participation rate, minority enrollment, economically disadvantaged, state-required exams, and college readiness that are used to determine ranking for the schools in New York State across the country. Congratulations again, RFA. Now for an interview with our athletic director, Mr. Stamboly, on the prospects of spring sports.
Do you think spring sports will be resumed?
Well, I can tell you that everything that I've heard and all indications, especially in the early April to mid-April, pointed that the school fields across the state are going to remain empty for the remainder of the spring season. Going into the fall, it's still up in the air. But that's changed, and it's a moving target. And every day that we get updated, that target moves, differently, depending on, the number of casualties, the number of infections, that sort of thing. But I think that, you look at the projection, some schools have already pulled the plug on spring sports. So ultimately, it's going to rest with the governor. That's going to be his decision as to whether he reopens or keeps us closed until the fall. And then what does that look like? And remember, Jared, you have to be in the classroom to participate in sports. So without him opening up schools, it's going to be difficult for us to get on the fields. No point if we open up and we have a 4-week season or a 3-week season, then at least we can put together a shortened season that will allow us, to be competitive against, other schools in a shortened schedule. If they do cancel for the rest of the spring season, I'm going to do something that salutes those seniors. And it may be something, that involves the district. And, my idea, and I'm not saying this is something that they're going to agree with, but my idea is, putting the stadium lights on in recognition of those seniors and having, those seniors drive by and, in their car because of the social gathering piece, and just understand that that's their recognition. A larger scale, if you scaled that down to high school athletics, there's a real possibility that the fall programs could be affected by this virus. You look at, the mitigation that they have in place now. Do they really want to lift that quickly? You look at the calendar of when they anticipate a vaccine, and you look at fall sports from pro all the way down to high school athletics, and you have to come to some conclusion in terms of whether that's going to be a possibility or not.
Thank you, Mr. Stamboly. We will play his thoughts on summer and fall sports at a later date.
April is National School Library Month. Thank you to all of our wonderful librarians in the Rome City School District. especially Mr. Snow at RFA, who works diligently to ensure that we have access and resources we need to stay connected and continue learning remotely. Next week is National Teacher Appreciation Week. That's all for the news today. Next time we will be talking with Mr. LeBaron on what he is doing during this quarantine. Stay safe, RFA, and please email us if you have any news stories to share at rfanightimes19@gmail.com.